Now I'm going to make some tomato paste with my enormous amount of tomatoes that I had. Tomatoes are seasonal, so it's a great time of year right now to be actually making your paste. Now the redder they are, the better, because the ripeness would really give that richness to that paste. So I'm just going to follow the recipe from Cookie Doo. So I have been onto Cookie Doo and I have searched for tomato paste, so we're just going to start cooking. Okay, so first of all, you're going to add the tomatoes in 2 batches because it won't all fit in the bowl. So it's actually asking you to put 750 grams of Roma tomatoes into the bowl. So that'll be about half of what I've already pre-chopped. So you can see I've quartered these. You can see how red they are because they're so ripe. I've got 500. Great, just over, that's fine. Just make sure it's not above your max mark. Then we're going to hit next. Open the lid with the measuring cup. And then we're just going to chop this on speed 4. I'll just show you what that looks like. So you can see in that 4 seconds, they'll just chop. So chopped tomatoes. So if you need chopped tomatoes, you don't need to get the tins, that's your chopped tomatoes. So we just add the remaining 750. And then we're going to pop this back on again. Hit next. And then we're going to go again. Speed 5. Okay, I was asking now for 1 dry bay leaf, 1 tablespoon of oregano. Now, I always go on about this, but this tablespoon here is equivalent to 4 teaspoons, about 20 millilitres. This tablespoon here is the equivalent to 3 teaspoons, 15 millilitres. So this is a UK tablespoon, which I brought with me from the UK. This is an Australian tablespoon. So when you're following your recipes on Cookie Doo, please bear in mind if it's a UK recipe, then it will be 3 teaspoons per tablespoon. If it's in Australia, it will be 4 teaspoons per tablespoon. Now the smaller ones, the 15 mils, 3 teaspoons per tablespoons, I think UK, South Africa, America, Europeans, they use the smaller one. Australia, it uses the larger one. So if you are cooking with a smaller one and you're following Australia recipes and you're saying there's not much flavour, could be that you've got the wrong size tablespoon. So just check your tablespoons and make sure you've got one of each where you know the measurements. Anyway, this is an Australian one, so I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so with our salt, we buy rock salt, always in the recipe development kitchen, and we mill it ourselves. This is just white rock salt. I quite like the pink Himalayan salt. I said that wrong. And white sugar, 1 teaspoon of white sugar. So that's just going to balance the acid and make sure that's not too bitter. Okay, so that literally pops in there. And then we're going to pop our cinnamon basket on the top. And that is just going to cook for 60 minutes. So that will cook for 60 minutes on 90 degrees, and we've got the cinnamon basket on there to allow that air to just the steam to come out of the bowl, so it will just help it reduce down. If you actually click on the 3 dots here, I can actually go in and see my recipe detail, so I can know what steps coming next. So I popped that on for 60 minutes. After 60 minutes I will need to scrape it and pop it back on again for 30 to 45 minutes. And then we'll blend it gradually at the end, which you can actually use your blend mode. That's the tomato paste. I'll post a picture at the end.